We were playing live 5-on-5, and he drove to the basket, went to go finish, and landed on a foot coming down. So that's it.
Was it Monday? Was it over the weekend?
What's today? Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah, it was Monday, right? What's that, Tuesday? What happened yesterday? What happened Saturday? Yeah, it happened Saturday, excuse me. Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. Was there a concern that he could be, with that timeline, that he could miss the beginning of the regular season?
I mean, not now. Obviously we see how he responds to all that, and we'll always be safe with our guys, but right now there isn't concern that he'll miss the start of the season.
And then obviously heading into the first preseason game tomorrow, getting to face another NBA team, what are you looking forward to about getting your guys out on the court?
Well, just that, competing against somebody else. It's always different when you're putting and going against your own stuff. The guys know the plays, the offense knows the schemes and how to take advantage of it. So it's always good to go put your test against another team. Catch them a little bit by surprise and catch you by surprise because of things you haven't seen and kind of how you react to that. But for our guys, mistakes are okay. But it's a matter of, are we competing at the level that we want to compete at even in preseason? And are we playing as selfless as we want to play? And then we'll build from there.
With Evan and maybe waiting until he's 100% right here, you guys essentially going to rule him out for any preseason games with looking ahead towards the regular season?
I leave that up to the medical people and the PR folks to tell that. I'm not, again, every day that he gets better, we'll look at that, but until then, we'll wait and see.
And then as far as preseason goes, because I know it happens in other sports, I'm curious if it's something you do, but do you communicate with the coaching staff on the other team beforehand and saying, here's what we're trying to get done, here's kind of our plan for how long we're going to play starters or anything like that? Or
no, we just go and play. Yeah, we, again, it's preseason for us is more about us and not as much about our opponent. Just trying to get our rhythm of all the things, whether it's our shoot-arounds, our film sessions, all those things. So we just kind of focus on us and let other teams do the same.
Got some of those weird lineups ready?
We had some, and then the injury happened. No. We'll try some things. We'll mix up the rotations. Again, our goal is to find those best lineups. So we'll put different groups on the floor and see what sticks.
Well, you're used to having things blown up.
That's what we do. We're just.
Will Evan travel with you guys to Philly? Or?
I don't believe so.
Have you figured out what Luke's role is going to be? Is he going to have certain guys or a certain part of the offense, or what?
Yeah, so he's working with guys, doing player development stuff. He's also, I want him focusing on both sides of the ball. I believe, obviously as a head coach, but a player who played with a high IQ, right? You have a high level understanding of attacking schemes on both sides of the ball. So obviously this being his first year, we want him to learn all of it. But the way his mind works, it tilts towards offense. But again, we want him to be involved in both sides of the ball.
What has you guys think about having him around so far? How he's
just the new ideas. It's someone who, I trust completely, who's got experience, history, but really brilliant ideas. And, it's fun to be a part of it because of our friendship works in a way where, his new idea can take us down a rabbit hole that turns into something really nice. So it's fun to kind of have that relationship.
He's also not too far removed from playing in the NBA. Does that give him any extra gravity when he's talking to the guys out there?
Yeah, I think, the respect you get as a head coach, but then on top of that as a player, and it's as young and old as he is at the same time, these young guys watched him play when they were, growing up, when they were preteens even. So, it's one of those things where you see a guy you used to watch growing up, and now you get to work with him every day. It does hold some weight for sure.
Just about every player we've talked to has talked about the conditioning aspect. Is that where you're going to be looking out for the most in the first game, just seeing how guys are getting up and down the floor?
Yeah, I mean, that's, our goal is to be elite at that. It's not easy, and that's why most of the guys are talking about it. But we understand the benefit long term of it. The great players and the great teams understand, like, if I can play at my strength longer than my opponent, it gives me an automatic edge. The way we ask our guys to compete, you can't fatigue and play that way, right? Because you'll have so much slippage that you can't get the job done. So it's important to us to make sure we're there or we're getting there, but it's a gradual climb so that as the season starts, we're at our peak.
How long are you planning to play Darius, Donovan, and Jared tomorrow night?
They'll get a couple runs. They'll get a couple runs.
What are you hoping to see from those three? Because it is a bit of a new offensive strategy.
Just want to watch them play basketball. I think that's where, we make things more complicated than we need to. Those guys are talented enough basketball players that if they just play the game and execute what we're trying to do and not over manipulate things, all of them will have success. We've had the conversation they are trying to make it work, so to speak, but we just need to play basketball, make the reads that are in front of us, and I think we'll be comfortable.
And then you also have an open roster spot. I know Kobe has to make that final decision, but he values a lot of your input. You got 4 guys that are competing for that roster spot. Have you told those guys maybe what you're looking for, just kind of when you aren't playing your own guys or actually playing a different team out there tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, those guys understand, and it's easy for us is because we play to a standard, and we communicate that standard to everybody that walks in our building. So there is no need for a one-off conversation. We play Cleveland Cavaliers basketball from top to bottom, and everybody who's in this building knows that.
I know that having Evan in the lineup would probably have been ideal, but not having him available, does that give you another opportunity to maybe tinker around and play with some other opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we would love to have him because we understand that he's going to be a big focal point of what we're doing, and a lot of the lineups, kind of revolve around him. But it gives other people an opportunity to play different spots, and get more minutes and more reps, and allows us to get more things on film that we can kind of dissect.
Have you talked to him? Like, how's he doing after the league made the decision?
I mean, he's obviously frustrated,
Yeah.
but in Evan fashion, like, he's fine. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't do the emotional roller coaster. You know what I mean? Like, he got hurt. Now he knows what he has to do to get better, and that's where he's focused. So.
Has anyone emerged at small forward during camp?
I mean, the level of competition has been, high for sure. And I think all the guys that are in that spot have had their moments, and they've continued to push each other. A lot of our evaluation is going to come from in-game, reps with these preseason games. Because, again, when you're playing another opponent, you get a chance to see what your groups need. So we've got to put them on the floor and get those reps against other opponents.
Who will start tomorrow night?
No, we'll wait on that one.